Mikey and Rinne stay in. Oh yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome to Mikey and Rinne Stay In. I am Mikey the Bolo Man Sheether.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Who's that?
I am Rin Dog, the drapey clothing wearing
Ooh.
superhero.
Bolo Poncho.
Yes.
We look
I
good.
couldn't think of the name of
Yeah.
it. It's a poncho.
I spent a lot of time on the Maid of the Mist in Niagara Falls wearing a rain poncho.
You did?
Nope.
No, I was gonna
Never
say.
been.
I grew up there and I've only been there once.
Yeah, it sounds awesome though. I like any
was
chance
super
I get
fun.
to wear a poncho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ponchos are great
Yeah.
for hiding a punch.
Ooh. Or I should have said, oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Want to try it again?
Yeah. Ponchos are great for hiding a punch.
Oh.
That was good.
Solid take.
Yeah.
So this is episode 30. Dirty 30. I know, I realized it right as we were going to record. I was like, God, should we do something special for this?
Well, got something special in my hand.
Everything's special on our show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm special needs.
That's debatable.
That's not funny.
That's not funny.
Yeah, so we are just back from vacation. We were in Buffalo, New York for the last 10 days or something like that. We've been back for a couple.
Or 8 days.
Or 8 days. Was that all it was?
It was a week, basically.
No. Well, yeah. No, 21st to the 31st.
Incorrect. We got in on the 23rd because it was 1 a.m.
Oh,
and then
okay.
we left on the 31st.
Okay.
So 8 days.
God, it felt really luxurious though.
It was lovely.
It wasn't
was
long enough at
holiday
all,
time.
yeah.
It was nephew time.
Yeah.
Good food eating time. Sheethy
Amen.
had Mikey. I realize I don't really call you Sheethy on this show.
I know. It's okay. My last name's Sheether. She calls me Sheethy. I'm uncircumcised. Sheathed.
Sheethed, if you will.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, Mikey discovered a little sandwich shop, which has been there all along. It's right across the street, basically, from my sister and brother-in-law's house.
Totally.
And had some really magnificent
Woo.
bites.
I had so many subs. I haven't posted about them yet, so I'll post about them on Mikey and Rinne Stand. I had, I don't know, maybe 10 subs. 10? 4? 5? 6. Yeah, maybe I had 10 subs while I was there. So 10 subs in a week. I love them so much. I want to open like a real old school Italian, like a real deli here, because it just doesn't exist really. Like for a proper like deli sandwich like that. So good.
Yeah.
I know. And our family there is so easy and so lovely. It was like, I don't know. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super fun.
Now we're back.
Yeah. Good to be back.
It is.
We today are not eating our feelings, but we are once again drinking our feelings.
Yes.
We've done this before.
Not
We've
alcoholic,
We've had a smoothie on the show, and today we've got a really yummy. If you're watching on the YouTubes, you can see the beauty of this juice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really super simple, super yummy, super nutritious juice that we're drinking today.
It sure is.
So ginger, carrots, beets, parsley, and that's it. We juice those bitches up, and
got them at the farmer's market today.
Beautiful scarlet color. It's
I know
so
it is.
gorgeous.
It's like blood red. It's really, really gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, super tasty.
Good base for a cocktail too, if you want to go.
Sure,
a
if
little
you
less
want to
healthy.
go boozy with it,
Sure.
why not?
Yeah, but it's a nice. It's also a nice, like sober January drink because it feels like you're having a cocktail. Yeah, tricks you.
Yeah, I think it's a ginger. Ginger is making it a little.
I was being quiet because there's someone that just delivered stuff to the porch. Did you hear that?
No.
Neither did our dog. Normally, Abby goes crazy when someone delivers it. I think that's her food actually being delivered.
Oh, fabulous!
Yeah, I know. It's like pitch black outside, even though it's 5:30 or whatever. So.
Yeah.
All right. She doesn't care.
Intruders, come on in.
Hey. But the juice. I love a juice drink because it feels like you're doing something A for your body and B it might be naughty. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Naughty for your body. But it's delicious. Like it's wonderful. I feel like I'm having a martini right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks nothing like martini,
Well, no, but I mean like a beet martini or whatever. I used to make those beet juice martinis. Did I ever make you one?
No.
Oh, that might have been pre our time. I made beet juice martinis.
Was there a pre our time?
Was there ever? No. Forever. I was gonna sing Forever Young, but then that didn't really make sense.
Forever, my lady.
Forever, my lady.
That's better.
Something to keep out, smoking a huge. What does he? Oh God, he smoked. Not Virginia Slims, but like long cigarettes. What, the hundreds?
Like 100s?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Casey, or no, JoJo.
JoJo.
Yeah. So this is delicious. I love it, and it feels like it's so fucking restorative.
Yeah,
and good
I
for
agree.
nuts.
Totally.
Good for butts.
Yeah. Good for
youths.
blood.
Yeah.
Beets are really detoxifying. They're good for the liver. There's some folate in there. There's some good amount of vitamin C in there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's
I love
really and it's a really sweet drink. So you can definitely stand to throw some green stuff in there.
Right.
I usually like to cut it with celery. However, we had none.
Oh okay.
So,
Oops, sorry about that.
but it's really tasty.
Mm-hmm.
It feels almost desserty.
Ooh. So yeah, and so we are since the last show, Rinne has took some time. We took some time away from baby making after she had a procedure that she had where she got some polyps removed. But we're back in town.
Would that be Boom Town?
Boom Town. Wah, wah, wah. P in the V. Yeah, and we're trying to what? Wowzers in my trousers and yours. So it's awesome, and I think that this is like, I don't know, it was great that you found out that this was something that was an issue, and great that you were such a badass and did the thing. And I don't know, I've just been reading a lot of stories about people who had uterine polyps and then had them removed, and just the success rates. Like a lot of people got pregnant pretty quickly afterwards, especially with the way that our numbers look and stuff. It's great. So yeah.
Here's hoping. Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at you, potential kid. Don't be ugly.
Yeah, it's interesting. I see an acupuncturist a couple times a month, and when I sat down this week, she said, "So, Corinne, like, what's your fertility plan?" I was like, "Right.
Yeah.
What is my fertility plan? I don't really have a plan."
I know, what's the answer to that?
Yeah, it sort of caught me off guard because I think we've had so many things to do and so many steps to take up till now.
Yeah.
Testing and procedures and now it's like, oh right, yeah.
I know.
So
I know. I felt a little
at?
bit like calm after the storm sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, oh right, yeah, we're trying to make a baby.
Yeah.
Because like it was so hustle bustle before.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people that have had fertility challenges, I think that there's a lot of that. There's a lot of
flow sort of
the kind of waiting to wait, and then the like go.
Well, and that's the biggest thing you hear about people when they talk about it, like becoming less romantic. Where it's like gotta fuck now, like because it's right in the window,
Right.
And we've been good about not letting that happen. Like, I feel like I've been really proud of us in the way that we've been, like, it's been hard and it's been, all these different things, but it's, like, we've done a really good job of kind of maintaining the us-ness of the whole thing. And just like...
Yeah, and it's been 2 years, my friend.
I know it has, basically. Yeah, I know. I mean, and it's a different sort of 2 years, too, because it's like, there's just been a lot of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I jump into one of my things?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Into one of your things.
Okay. Because then we can eat dinner and we can watch RuPaul's Drag Race or one of our other shows we can watch.
Okay, great.
Like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Totally.
We're starting to watch a show called End of the Fucking World, which Rinne hasn't seen yet, but it's so good.
Can't wait.
Okay. Well, so I have a bundled bindle today.
So I love a bundled bindle.
Yeah, so it's bindle and a pro tip. So bindles are where we tell you how to save money, because we're trying to save money for having a baby. And pro tips are where we give you some of our kind of professional tips. I'm a chef and a foodie person. Rindog is an acupuncturist and a general health practitioner. So we give you kind of like the ideas of what we want you to do. So mine is a combo of those two things this week. So first one is support your local farmers markets.
Yes.
Support your local farmers. this is for a bindle. This might seem a little bit weird because you're like, I could go to Albertsons or Fred Meyer's or King Soopers or wherever your like Kroger store is, and get stuff for cheaper. That is true, but by spending a little bit more money, sometimes less money at the farmers market, you are really sustainably spending money. You're supporting people around you. You're supporting the soil around you. You're helping farmers have businesses that can actually be viable. And you're ultimately giving money back to yourself. Like, it's just a better way to, you're eating locally, which is such a great thing on so many levels, like both financially as well as, I think, kind of in a nutrient sense. And we've always talked about honey, that like it's great to eat local honey because you're getting kind of the allergens that are around you. But I think there's something about eating vegetables that are from around you. Like, it's just, vegetables have energy. And I think when you like drive them, across the country from California or the other direction or whatever, they lose some of their soul. And I truly believe that you are what you eat. And if you're eating stuff that's raised in a great way and it's from where you live, and I just think it's a great way to do things. That being said, my pro tip is shop at the farmer's market for the ideas that you're going to cook, how you're going to use the vegetables. And we have this thing that we talk about, we may have talked about it on the show a little bit before, but longitudinal leftovers, totally. Yeah. And so I like the idea of like longitudinal leftovers both means I'm going to make roasted chicken, then I'm going to make soup, or however you want to look at that. But it also can mean I'm going to can stuff or pickle stuff or juice things and freeze it, or blanch and freeze fruits. Because you can preserve your year. So go to the farmer's market with the idea like, these are 3 recipes that I want to cook, and then these are 4 things that I want to put up. Like I'm going to go and get beets and I'm going to pickle them. I'm going to go and I'm going to get blueberries and I'm going to blanch and freeze them. I'm going to make jelly. I just think the farmer's market, it can be so inspiring, and I think as opposed to a supermarket, which I love a supermarket, but it's not like you're not hearing the stories of how the things were made or seeing like all the, the kind of, I don't know, everything that's coming from, I always love to go to a farmer's market booth and like look at the bounty and be like, all of these things were grown on like one plot of land. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Truly. So I think it's a really fun idea to kind of go to the farmer's market with a purpose. Yeah. And,
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and also you get the benefit of interacting with the people who literally grew and picked your food. Totally. So who better?
Or slaughtered the meat that you're eating. Or anything. So if you feel squirrely about meat, you can talk to them about your feelings. And
who better to bounce ideas off of, and say, hey, I've got this idea, I want to can this, whatever. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. And this is your direct food source that literally came from these people's hands. Totally. And so I love that.
And I know that there's a bit of a like immediately kind of a sense of classism or whatever when it comes to like farmers markets. People are like, oh, that's like you have to have time to go to be able to do that. It's like a lot of kind of people with means that go to shop at the farmers markets. If your farmer's market doesn't take WIC or doesn't take food stamps, and even if you don't use either of those things, your farmer's market should be taking both of those things. And I don't know that it's a federal thing, but make sure that your farmer's market is, and if they're not, argue with them. And then, there's so many ways to save money when you're at the farmer's market. Like, you can talk to the farmers about, like giving you kind of uglier stuff, or like coming at the end of the farmer's market where they maybe want to, do some deals on stuff. I also just think that it's worth it. Yeah. It's just worth it. And if you can't get to the farmer's market, find a cool farm in your area that has a CSA. There's a lot of CSAs as well that take WIC and take food stamps. And so see if you can set up like a something with them that'll work for you financially. But it's I don't know. And if you live in an area that doesn't have good farmers markets, find out why. Yeah. And because I know, like Colorado, for instance, like they've got a short growing season. Like Portland has a year-round growing season, and so. But I get it. Some places don't have that. But yeah, you can still buy the local stuff that they've put up. You can buy pickles. Right. You can go to farms.
Well, and you can do just what you said, like go with the intention in the late summer and fall of, okay, what am I gonna maybe blanch and freeze.
Totally, yeah. Like when we were just in Buffalo. I mean, they don't have farmers markets right now, but you could have done that before. So
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that.
So those are my tips.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback.
Okay.
I always try and
I buy piggies at the farm.
try and piggyback, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's like I've really got to reach. Because Mikey and I don't talk ahead of time about what we're going to talk about, but
We don't.
this is sort of relevant. My pro tip.
Okay.
So Mikey's talking about eating in season, a little bit, and so it's now winter. And some places feel more like winter than others. Ours does not feel very wintry right now.
Yeah.
We're at 50 degrees and sunny. But so in Chinese medicine, winter time is what we call the most yin time of year. And so that basically just means that it's the quietest, it's the darkest. If you live in a place where it snows, that like right after the snow, like silence, you can kind of go outside and it just feels like the world has stopped.
Yeah, totally. I love that.
So that's like the most yin time of year. That's kind of the best way that I can describe the way that it would feel, that it feels. And so
the way that we talk, so it's yin and then yang is the current. It's not yin and yang, but yin and yang. And so I usually say yin, stay in, yang, big dong.
Ooh, I like it.
Because
I like it.
Yin, it is like you want to stay in, you want to get cozy, and then yang is like the kind of like aggressive, more aggressive
big
energy.
dick energy.
Yeah, big dick energy. So I say
Yeah.
yang, big dong.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's a really good little mnemonic there.
Yin, stay in, yang, big dong.
So, I know that we talked about this transitioning into fall, that the organ system in Chinese medicine, so each of the seasons have an organ system that sort of relates to that season, and the organ system that during that time might need a little more love, a little more nourishment. And so during the winter, it's actually the kidneys.
Okay.
Sort of Chinese medical kidneys and Western medical kidneys. So if we're thinking about kind of the adrenals, which sit very close to the kidneys. So a part of that is just what your body wants to do naturally, which is slow down a little bit. And a lot of us can't. We have kids and jobs and lives and tons of shit to do. But even if that means you change your exercise a little bit to be more of a Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga kind of focused practice versus your more big dong exercise, like, running and hiking and rock climbing and things like that.
Yeah, or like, I like the idea of, it's like a lot of people don't have time to meditate or things like that. But I like the idea of what I've been doing lately is I've been driving with nothing on, or I've been driving with like white noise playing or pink noise. And it's nice because it's like I'm not like listening to the fact that Donald Trump's getting us into war with Iran. I'm not like listening to some stressful podcast about someone being, kept in a storage shed for 6 years or something. And it's like I'm just going with like quiet and just like mellow.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
The thing that I really wanted to talk about is foods for wintertime. So I think perhaps obviously stews and soups and slower cooking times or longer cooking times at lower heat, that's all a good part of your wintertime practice. But interestingly, there's foods that sort of help boost the Chinese medical kidneys. And a lot of those foods are foods that are black.
Oh, okay.
Black is a color that's associated with the kidneys. So we talked about the lungs and foods that are white.
Oh, yeah.
White is associated with the lungs.
Right, okay.
And so if you think about things like black sesame seeds, this isn't something that's black, but it's really good for the kidneys. Walnuts is another one. Black, like black turnips.
Oh yeah, black radishes.
Black radishes, you mean? Yep. So any food
that's cool. Black beans.
Black beans, great one.
Okay.
Yep.
Black licorice.
Yeah, I mean, kind of maybe indirectly.
Squid ink.
Ooh, squid ink. I didn't even think of that one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, interesting.
That's interesting.
Um,
Black is kind of an interesting color in nature. I was just trying to think of like what things are black.
yeah, there's a few. I mean, you got black beans, you got your black sesame seeds, your
Charcoal
black
filtered
radishes.
vodka.
Nice.
Hey.
Maybe food cooked
Oh, on
coals.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so those two things, so kind of longer cooking times, more soups and stews, and then, sprinkle some black sesame seeds on your oats in the morning.
Oh, I love black sesame seeds so much. Yeah.
Me too.
Cool. There also are black walnuts.
Yes, there are black walnuts. Yeah,
Remember
totally.
when we got them that first time in Boulder from Costco and they were rancid?
And they were rancid,
oh my
yeah,
God,
totally.
Like buttholes and like grape juice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that your new cocktail you've created?
Butthole grape juice?
Yeah.
That's actually, it's a trademark thing with the Butthole Surfers. They make butthole grape juice.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's awesome. That's really interesting.
Yeah. So kidney
Why
time,
black?
slow it down. I'm wondering if it's. I'm just postulating, but I'm wondering if it's because it's the most kind of yin of the organs.
Oh, okay.
And black would be like the most.
He's the most yin
color.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't really fully know the answer.
No,
to that.
I guess I get that. And like light and bright is white, and the lungs are airy and
totally.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so eat all the black foods.
Right.
Cool.
Okay, and then I've got just a quick little bindle.
Oh yeah.
So Mikey and I started to use these recently, and they've been awesome. And so I thought I'd pass it along. Instead of purchasing dryer sheets, especially if you're buying like a natural brand dryer sheet, they're so expensive. And if you're washing especially if you've got kiddos, you're washing clothes very frequently and going through them really quickly. And so we recently got some wool dryer balls.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah. And they do the same thing that dryer sheets do. So they help decrease your drying time, they help with static, and you reuse them.
Yeah.
Again and again and again.
Yeah, they're
actually really super inexpensive to buy.
Yeah, we got really nice ones that are like organic wool and whatever.
Yeah.
They're a little hard in the fact that like we had 4 and now we have 3.
Yeah.
They get caught in things.
Check your shirts and your sheets. Yeah.
I know, it seems like there should be maybe we should tie them to the inside. No, that wouldn't really work.
Or tie them all together somehow.
No, but then they won't bounce around as much as they should.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know if you got a ball hack for the dryer ball hack. Yeah,
what's your ball hack?
What's your ball hack?
And if you want that sort of scented experience, we don't hugely love that, but you can put just a couple drops of essential oil and let the essential oil dry.
Cool.
And use that.
And some people make them where they have like lavender in them and stuff.
Totally.
Different things. That's cool. Good one.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have left to talk about was I wanted to rant a little.
Ooh, I think we both. Well, you've got a rant, and I've got a state celebration. So.
Totally. And I don't remember if this. I'm gonna say that I don't know if I've talked about this before.
Oh
no! I may have. But
maybe
it just
you should save it, and we'll review.
It keeps coming up. Well, I'll just start, and you tell me if I've talked about it before.
Okay.
So
here we go.
Because it just keeps coming up with friends of mine.
Okay.
The they, them, their conversation.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Okay. So we live in Portland. It's a very progressive city. And people are really cool about letting people know what their pronouns are. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's, they're cisgendered and they're just saying, hey, I identify as he, him, her, or he, him, his. Or it's they're trans, or maybe they're someone who's gender non-binary, and whatever they are along the spectrum, or wherever they are in the world, people are really upfront about letting people know here. Mm-hmm. And I know that there's this and it's all mostly straight older white guys that are just
shocker.
Yeah. And I just feel like I've been talking about it so much with people, and they're like, how frustrated, it's just so frustrating. It's plural. It's, I just can't learn it. How am I supposed to do, And I'm just it's actually not plural. Look in the dictionary. Mm-hmm. They is actually, it can be used in the singular. And it's also just the argument for me is so tired. It's so boring.
So boring.
It's so hard for you in your life to help someone, realize who they are or really see them in a way that's really truthful. Is it harder to learn one new word or a couple new words or than it is to actually live in a body that doesn't feel like yours or live in a gender that you don't identify with? So anyways, I just want people to just give, we talk about grace and space.
Yes.
Give people who identify as any pronoun they want to some grace and some space. Yeah. And understand that little moment of you calling them the thing that they want to be called it means so much to people. And I don't think you're going to be put in a firing squad if you get it wrong a couple times. If the learning curve is a little steep. Like, you're going to be fine.
Right.
And
well, it's so funny because this is not all that dissimilar from a lot of men's arguments now around being friendly with women, like, I don't know, can I like go in for a hug? How do I even know what I'm supposed to do?
Right.
Really?
It comes from the exact same place.
Of course it does.
And it's just this I think it's insecurity. I think it's like.
Well, I think it's a little bit of, hey, when I ruled the world.
Oh no, it's definitely. That's what I mean. It's I
can do whatever I want, and is it crumbling a little tiny bit?
Yeah.
Or at least is there a crack?
Right.
Is there a crack in the foundation?
Well, what was the someone that said something's fucked up when equality feels like oppression?
Yeah.
So it's just when, I don't know, I can't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But the Me Too movement is not about every man being a rapist.
Right.
But it's about checking yourself a little bit and saying, hey, how can I be respectful to someone in a way that they would, how I'd want me to be treated. Yeah. Any human to be treated. Yeah. And I think that the they, them, their conversation or just gender in general, well, I think if you don't want to be in the conversation, if it really frustrates you that much, then maybe just don't. Right. But don't give me this shit about how difficult it's making your life.
Right.
Because I just find it super taxing.
Yeah.
And it's just, if it's taking that much energy out of your day, you need to book your schedule a little bit thicker. You need to get some more things going on. Fuck. So, that's it.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll save my state celebration. What do you think?
Let me see what time we got here. 27 minutes. 28 minutes.
Okay.
You do whatever you want. What do you mean state celebration? Oh, celebrating a state.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You do whatever you want. Or you could be a teaser. Cliffhanger.
Ooh. Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Because typically Mikey and I will switch. Sometimes he does a little rant, and then I often take a little positive spin on life and try and celebrate usually a state that's been doing something positive for women's reproductive rights, which sometimes we really have to search for these days. But I'm gonna leave you with a cliffhanger.
Good. I like that.
Can you guess what state it is, Mikey?
That I'm congratulating?
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Wow. No.
It's not Mississippi.
Not even close.
Sister Mississippi. No, I don't know. Alabama.
One more guess.
Wyoming.
No, he's not even close.
Rhode Island. No, I'm not. This is our first show in 2020.
Yeah!
So just remember, this is a big fucking year. Super Tuesday is coming up in a month, I think.
Yes.
We've got some shit to do this year.
Yeah.
Donald Trump just sent us into potentially a war with Iran and possibly Iraq. And we need to understand it's not good. This is someone who, Salawi was someone, is it Salawi? Yeah. Was someone that Obama knew about, didn't go after him because there's a reason for that, and it's just not the right tactical move. And if you just look at some of the scenes from Baghdad in the last couple days, this shit isn't good, and we need someone else that's looking after us and looking after our babies and looking after our body parts, and we need to make sure that we get some health care for people and some safety for people, and we get more people looked after, and it's not happening. So if you know people that aren't voting or aren't registered to vote, get them any one of those things, help them out. If that means that you have to berate or embarrass them, please do, because that's they have to.
If that means giving us their name and we have to print them.
Yeah, we'll call them out on air to our millions of listeners. Barry. Yeah, get your shit together, because it's this is like, as an American, it's like this is part of why our country can be awesome, is that we get to decide things, and this is a year where we get to change the course of history, and it can go really well or really poorly. So let's step the fuck up, because I'm nervous as a bag of cockroaches drinking coffee. Oh, that's not really saying, but I was thinking about them skittering around.
Yeah, really nervous, I think.
I had just started drinking coffee this week.
I can't believe you didn't tell everybody that.
I've never drank coffee before. Like, I've had probably realistically 6 cups in my life, and this week
it's the most gorgeous thing to watch Mikey drink.
I think I've had 8 cups this week.
And he's doing like a little cafe au lait, so half coffee, half oat milk in the morning.
Yeah.
And it is precious. It's like a crown jewel that he holds in his sweaty little palm. It's really adorable to watch someone fall in love with coffee, because I remember falling in love with coffee.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah. And I'm finding out what I like and don't like. I had a Starbucks today, and my head almost fucking popped off. So, not too into that. But anyways, yeah, let's wrap it up.
All right. I just think you're the cat's PJs.
And I think you're the bee's knees.
Thanks.
Not ashamed to say it. Tune in next week for episode 31, where we're going to talk about who the fuck knows.
Maybe an interview?
Maybe an interview. Let's try to have an interview. Or interview.
We got a friend that has postponed.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll try to get that person, try to rope them. Mm-hmm. But anyways, like us on iTunes, do all the things. Let's eat at mikeyandrinnestayin.com if you want to send us stories, thoughts, nude pictures, clothed pictures, nude pictures of your dog. All good.
Yeah.
Clothed pictures of your dog, definitely.
All of it. 5-star review if you like our show. We would be just tickled and thrilled.
Yep. And if you don't like our show, you can tweet Donald Trump. I think it's real Donald Trump, maybe. I don't really know. Donald J. Trump. Just tweet him and just write the word balls.
That'll do it.
Okay. And if you do like our show, you can do that too. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. I'll see you right now.
Okay. I'm Mikey.
I'm Rinne.
And tonight, we are gonna stay. Ooh, you really nailed that one at the end. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.